One thing I love about Lionheart makes it different than any other school that I've been at, and probably any other school, is that we're a ministry first, and we really take pride in loving people exactly where they are and being able to pray for them and really invest in their lives. I actually attended youth here at 121, and I came because a friend invited me to just come and check it out when we were still at the very old building. I came as a Christian, but I think it's really at 121 when I really dove in and figured out what it meant to be growing in the Lord and really growing in all capacities. So not only just coming and getting what I needed, but also giving and serving and pouring into others, which was a new concept to me. And it was great that 121 allowed students to be involved and allowed us to serve, because it really shaped and changed who I was as a person, and I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't start serving back then in high school. I started in Creation Land, and I was serving with the 1 and 2 year olds, and we were teaching them Bible stories and loving on them and just making sure they felt comfortable. And it was a huge responsibility for being a high schooler, but Pam was the preschool minister at the time, and she allowed us that responsibility, and I'm forever grateful to that. So when I went off to college, I still continued doing childcare here at 121, and then decided to seek out for a college job, preschool. And so I started looking and really jumped into the preschool atmosphere as a 2-year-old teacher, just because it was an easy transition from serving on Sunday morning, doing childcare for life groups and things like that, and then jumping into just an afternoon job teaching preschool, and really just felt God's calling to stay in preschool, which was crazy because I just started college and that was my life path and that's what I was going to do. But I just kept going and kept growing. So I went from an after-school teacher to a full-time teacher where I was doing all the lesson planning and engaging with the kiddos and doing parent-teacher conferences. And I really just grew a love for the preschool, early childhood age children. I think early childhood stood out in my mind and why God really called me to grow and to learn more about it is because children learn so much before they even start elementary school, and a lot of people don't realize how much their brains are formed in that preschool age range, and just to have an influence and to teach them things that they will be using their entire life is so amazing. After I left that school as a pre-K teacher, then I went into another director role. I was pretty happy. I was content with where I was. I enjoyed the school that I was at. Enjoyed the teachers that I was working with, and we were attending service, and Ross was talking about the next chapter and the new building and everything that was going to happen within the new building, and talking about introducing Lionheart and a preschool into it. Initially, I was like, that sounds really difficult. So that sounds fun for whoever takes that over, and was praying that it would be successful and that it would, somebody would rise up and take that position. And then about a few months into his conversation, I was sitting in service and the Lord said, you need to find more out about Lionheart. And the Lord finally said, just apply in the capacity that I've gifted you in, that I've equipped you in, and go for it. So I applied for the director position and was hired April of 2017.